Oh, it's lit. We prime time. Subscribe, like, and share. Give us your feedback. Yo, I'm Manny at the plate and Kobe off a steal. Gretzky for the goal and Brady at the wheel. I'm a game changer, the Osaka of the tennis. And breaking scoreboard, Simone of the Olympics. Defense and big business, the Mayweather who way better. From the greatness of Jim Brown, I've been down. Talking sports before I was off the porch. Screaming Bo knows while Jordan was playing horse. Late 80s getting torched by the drive and the shot. 2016 got a ring off the three in the block. They eased to forgot the cardiac kids. Price and Doherty, Bell in the Indian years. This who it is. Your host DeeTrynt, yo, that's a name banger. Come in the streets and talk sports with the game changer. Yo, your host DeeTrynt, that's a name banger. Come in the streets and talk sports with the game changer.
What's really good? DeeTrynt, Game Changer Sports Talk, InDaStreetzSportz. Man, what's really good? It's the late night, you feel me? So, it's most people call this Overreaction Monday, right? But I guess since it's the end of the night, I guess we can call it the Monday night assessment. We just go with the MNA. You feel me? The Monday night assessment. All right. And who we assessing? Well, let's start with these Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns are now a 6-5 team, which is, was to be expected. They should, beat the Lions. They beat the Lions, but it's crazy when you win a game and it don't feel like you really won the game. That's crazy. So let's talk about specifics of the game, right? Detroit played with the first-time QB who's been a backup for several years. He wasn't even a backup. He was like a practice squad, special assignment QB, I guess. But his name is Tim Boyle, and he started for the Lions yesterday. And for 4 quarters of work, he was 15 to 23 for 77 yards. And he threw 2 interceptions. So if you went off that, you would say the defense played pretty good. I think the defense played pretty good anyway. DeAndre Swift had 14 carries for 136 yards and a touchdown. In all fairness, DeAndre Swift probably had about 3 or 4 good runs the whole game. It's just that the one that they actually scored on is what really put him over because he busted for like 55 or some shit. But he had a couple like 10 yards or 15-yard games before that. You know what I'm saying? Nonetheless, Detroit was a scoreless team for 3 quarters. For 45 minutes of the game, Detroit didn't score a point. I don't even remember them being in the red zone. That's just me. The receivers really didn't do much, but they don't really have receivers. So the picks is to be expected. The running game, I really didn't understand why I don't understand why people can run the ball on us. We'll get into that in a second. So the Browns, all right, Baker Mayfield with 15 for 29 for 176, a touchdown, and 2 interceptions. Nick Chubb had 22 carries for 130 yards. And the Browns scored 13 points. I'll reiterate this, okay? Baker Mayfield is definitely the quarterback of the Browns. And Joe Woods is definitely the defensive coordinator of the Browns. Um, you know, in 2 seasons on the same team, neither one has improved. This is where I have my biggest gripe at. Not that they don't have the talent or the intelligence to operate in a way that, one would expect. And I don't like using that word. I want to say assume. One would assume. But y'all just don't. I don't understand. Um, Look, I'm gonna say this again, okay? The Browns came into the season with like 10 defensive linemen. In my mind, when I seen that, I automatically assumed Jadeveon and Miles were going to be used like linebackers because they're so athletic and they're so impactful. Moving them around the defense, putting them in different spots, maybe a linebacker, maybe defensive tackle, maybe defensive end, maybe outside linebacker. Just moving them around all game will confuse the fuck out of a front seven, out of an offensive blocking scheme. Just that alone would drive an offensive coordinator bananas. All right, we don't do none of that. We don't do none of that. Now understand, even though the numbers say, hey, even with this scheme and the way they're doing it, that we're over criticizing, they're still topping pressures and win rate. But in basketball, for those who play basketball, for anybody who was a guard or a scorer, any scorer will tell you $1 million move ain't worth shit if it's got a 10-cent finish. Okay? And this is the problem with the Browns. Defense. I ain't even got to Baker yet. This is the problem with the Browns defense. It's 10-cent finishes. Myles Garrett should already been have broke the sack record this year. I'll say this again. He should have already broken it on game 11. Myles is unguardable 1-1-on-1. All right? This defensive coordinator does nothing to use his imagination to free Myles up. The whole point of having a star is to always give him the easy matchup. Why? Because giving him the easy matchup builds up his confidence and it scares the other team, which makes them have to figure out where he's at so he doesn't have an easy matchup all the time. And it's not something you can always do mid-play because the defense can move around before the ball is snapped. The offense cannot. Only one player at a time in a motion control situation where the line can be reset and there's still 7 players on the line. If you know football, you know what I'm talking about, all right? So it's making no sense to me how he doesn't move Myles around. Myles is your quarterback hunter. His sole job is to get the quarterback. Your job as the defensive coordinator is to see, how can I free him up for unlimited rushes at the quarterback that the offense can't stop? Well, in my opinion, you got Malik Jackson, Malik McDowell, Tommy Togiai, Jordan Elliott, Joe Jackson. I mean, you got big guys down there who can eat up in the inside. So I kept saying he should play 3 defensive tackles because those 3 defensive tackles are going to take up at least 4 blockers all the time. You line them up right in the middle. It's always one-on-one on the end. Even if they slide Miles' direction, it's always one-on-one on the end. So everybody got a chance. And then you could just let Jadeveon hover. Bro, you just set the edge. You don't even got to blitz. You just wait. Quarterback move into a lane, you get it. If the go to the running back, you supposed to go get the running back. You feel me? Or you supposed to take out the blocker so that way Anthony Walker could come in as a linebacker and take over and finish off the play on the running back. You feel me? But y'all not playing cohesive. This is not even the teachings. If you do it like that, then your whole secondary free. You hear me? You just use 3 down linemen, your explosive end, and another end in the linebacker just to close off the pass rush and the run. And you could literally do that every play with that lineup. Especially when you could bring in Tack and you could bring in, like, are you fucking serious? The fact that this defense don't have situations where, okay, we're going up against a Tennessee Titans team who starting 3 receivers is 6'2". So that means Greedy Greg and Dale Pitt are going to see a lot of action playing those guys to where now I could use Denzel Ward more as a free safety lingering, and I could do more disguising so you don't even know what's going on. I don't know what I'm talking about, right? This is just simple. This is football 101. All right? But I'll give Joe Woods credit more than I'm going to give the next person I'm talking about. I'm going to give Joe Woods more credit because even as inconsistent as this defense is, it wouldn't look so bad if the offense actually scored some points. Because regardless of what I want to say, over the last 5-6 games, Joe Woods' defense has given up like 60 points. They gave him 15 to the fucking who the fuck was that? The Steelers? Okay? They only gave up 10. Oh, they gave up 45 to New England. I forgot. I can't forget New England whooping their ass. At the same token, though, I still attribute this back to the offense. All right? Even though the defense, like I say, Joe Woods could, but I got to give him his piece. They have been getting better. Outside of the New England game, they've been holding shit down. You know what I'm saying? But Baker, dude, listen, we as Browns fans have to learn to quit settling. We understand that Baker was the number 1 overall pick, but he was not the best player in that draft. It's not even debatable if Baker is not even the top 10 player in that draft. Now, he may be a top 15, but he's not a top 10 player in that draft. All right? John Dorsey was on some bullshit. We gave Baker a chance. Now, in my opinion, Baker, for the way he's shown he's played, is a career backup. And if he's not a career backup, $25 million a year, maybe 30, is probably his cap. Because Baker's biggest issue is Baker either will not read defenses or he cannot read defenses. It can't be both. He either is refusing to read the play the way it's supposed to be, or he just can't do it. Because even with the offensive coordinator changes, you as a player still retain things you learned over the years. Dude, you've been playing with Taylor. You've been playing with Batonio and Treader your whole career. You've been playing with Conklin the last 2 years, Jedrick the last 2 years. And quiet as kept, you've been playing with Wyatt Teller the last 3 years. Okay? Because he was acquired the year you was drafted. So the fact that y'all don't got no hand signals, I hear, now listen, hear me out. You hear quarterbacks working out with their offensive line. You will hear the quarterback working out with the receivers. But you hear a lot of great quarterbacks working out with their offensive line. Usually the quarterback has a specific lineman that him share a special place. You know what I'm saying? Whether it was like Peyton Manning and Jeff Saturday, you feel me? Tess Verdi and Kevin Mawai all them years, or when he was in Jacksonville with Mark Brunell. Excuse me. But I've never heard Baker work out with the offensive line. Like I don't remember a report. I could be wrong, but I don't recall a report where you heard Baker in the offensive line was getting the extra reps, working on, recognizing defense, calling out blocking. I've seen Baker do that twice that I can remember off the top of my head in 4 years. Twice. That's a Baker problem, y'all. You as an athlete, especially as a major league athlete, you gotta want to get better on your own. Baker cannot read defenses, bro. And I hate to say that, but it's the facts. All right? Because we can blame everybody else for what they not doing. But let's hold Baker accountable too, my guy. You watch all 22 and break down film, bruh, on every turnover and every incompletion, it's one guy wide the fuck open. Every play this year, bruh. Every pass play. As much as I be mad at Kevin Stefanski for some of these play calls, in all fairness, he not even supposed to be in the position to have to call that play on that down anyway. For the plays he called, the Browns should be scoring a lot of touchdowns, bro. Because they be having players open. But A, Baker too short. B, they don't move the pocket no more. You know what I'm saying? So that's really not helping. And then, we keep losing weapons. You know what I'm saying? The fact that Baker, the quarterback, and he allowed them to move OBJ before it got bad. I mean, after it got bad. What I'm basically saying is it should have never got that bad. You are the quarterback. You should have had to sit down with your receiver. Y'all buddies off the field. Why y'all can't be buddies on the field? Why y'all don't got no hand signals? Why y'all don't got no secret codes? That shit don't make no sense to me, bruh. I hear fans talking about Baker tough. Baker tough with playing with injuries that he knew was going to limit his talent. Don't you think it would have been a tougher decision to sit out, get all the way healthy, and come back knowing you was already signed up for your 5th year? And you could have really came back and made an impact and just let this year play out how it played out? You don't think that would have been a tougher decision? So when we talk about tough, what are you talking about? Are you talking about physically tough? Because physically tough don't get you paid. Mentally do. You know what I'm saying? Being emotional don't get you recognized. Being savvy do. And that's still a mental thing too. So I understand. I'm going to stand on this because I've been standing on it. When that draft came up, I told everybody, Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson going to end up being the best 2 quarterbacks out this draft. I told them that. I said it. I wrote post about it. All right? I told them. I said the Browns should take Saquon at 1 and Lamar at 2. I mean, Lamar at 4. And it was a curtain call. You had traded for Jarvis. Man, we can talk about all of it, what as we want to. I just want people to get context to where I wasn't really never sold on Baker in the beginning to begin with. I didn't want him at one. At the same token, though, once you on my team, I'ma support you. If I see what you doing and it look like you gonna grow with it, I'ma support you. I'm gonna back you. You on my team. But bruh, you're hurting my team. We're leaving 4 or 5 touchdowns on the field every game, with you as the quarterback. And you're not supposed to be held accountable for that. I don't really get the logic. You know what I'm saying? Your wife attacking the fans and your teammates. Didn't they just trade OBJ because he couldn't control his daddy? So what you think gonna happen to you and you can't control your wife? At least that was OBJ daddy. You know what I'm saying? What he gonna really tell his dad? The guy he named after. Like, what he gonna punk his dad? It's not even realistic, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's your girl. That's who you chose to marry. Come on, bro. It's not even on the same wavelength, bro. Like, you just supposed to have more control over your situation than that. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you play. It's a difference if you out here balling and you out here leaving it all on the field because you balling. But bro, you leaving it all on the field, $1 million move and a 10-cent finish. You doing all this tough shit, doing all this other craziness, and we still ain't progressing as an offense. Last year as an offense, we was balling. But it takes me back to Kevin Stefanski. And I like my coach. I like my offensive coaching staff. I like quite a few people on my defensive coaching staff. I like my personnel. I like my front office. I think all those guys I just mentioned have earned multiple years in the Cleveland Browns organization. I have to keep in mind that Baker Mayfield is not a pick of this regime. I have to keep in mind Joe Woods is still a young coach, and if they keep him, ain't nothing wrong with that because he's only going to get better. You know what I'm saying? But we can find another quarterback. I'm on Twitter and hear people talk about just DeeTrynt, Game Changer Sports Talk, InDaStreetzSportz. You feel me? Make sure you follow us on all social medias. Follow us on the YouTube. Subscribe, like, share, leave your feedback. You feel what I'm saying? But people keep talking about, oh, Browns need to remember that they was 1-31 to the 2 seasons prior to Baker Mayfield getting there. Okay. But when we went that 1-31, was Andrew Berry here? Hmm? When we had Kevin Stefanski, was Kevin Stefanski here when we went 1-31? Was Joe Woods here when we went 1-31? None of those guys were here. None of this front office was here when we went 1-31. Andrew Berry was here the 0-16 season, and then he left. Or no, the 1-15 season he was here, and then he left. He wasn't here for the 0-16 season. He wasn't here for the 7-8-1 season. He wasn't here for the, what was that, 8-8 we went? We went. So Baker first year we went like 7-8-1, right? Then, or we might have went like 5-11 or something, right? I think we went 7-8-1. His second year, then we went like 8-8 or something, right? Like 8-8. His third year, we went 11-5. Whole new regime, whole new coaching staff, whole new philosophy, new additions to the team. They went 11-5. So we're winning in spite of Baker, not because of Baker. But y'all think we can't find a quarterback? Bro, we got a whole team. Like, we legitly still got top in every position on the offense to the defense, except quarterback and arguably receiver right now. And linebacker. Okay. You don't think we could draft a quarterback in the first round and let him sit while Baker either try to sit and earn his contract, or he still got to heal from soldier surgery and get his arm feeling back? Which 9 times out of 10, he ain't gonna be right for the first season. It's gonna be the season after that when he get his feeling all the way back. The Browns about to draft a quarterback, right? I just want to tell you this first. This regime earned the right to draft their own quarterback. So don't be surprised if they take the San Francisco route and they draft him a quarterback. Because, bruh, like, you ain't. I mean, like, what are you doing? Baker was, you know, I want to like you as far as a football player. I think as a person, you cool and you funny. As a person, I have no gripe with you. I don't know you like that, but from what I see, like personality wise, like you cool, you raw on the personality side. You fire. As a football player, you're stubborn as hell. You have talent, but bruh, football is mental first. The fact that you can't read defenses, and I say can't, because you haven't shown you can, or you willing to. Like, you haven't shown any of that. Like it just takes away from all the other things that you do good because you can't read defense. Takes away from everything. You know what I'm saying? We just got rid of OBJ, bro, for nothing. For nothing. You couldn't even make OBJ look good enough for us to get something in return. I don't see how people overlook that fact, bro. You beat the 09, the 08-1 Lions, you beat them by 3 points. When in all actuality, you should have put up like 5 or 10 touchdowns on these Lions. They ain't no scrubs like that because they done gave every good team problems. Hell, they tied with the Steelers in the previous week. But we a better team than that, bro. Best, most talented roster in the league. We shouldn't be having these issues. You know what I'm saying? So the Brown season comes down to these next 3 weeks. It's just really that simple and plain. We looking at the standings right now. Okay, Baltimore is 7-3, Cincinnati 6-4, Pittsburgh 5-4, and the Browns are 6-5. The Browns literally have to win both games against the Ravens to get in the playoffs. Just because 2 wins over the Ravens puts them not only number 1, but gives them the best division record. Being they beat Cincinnati, they'd beat the Ravens, so they'd be to have 3 wins in the division. Still having to play the Steelers again and the Bengals again. So if they can win all the rest of their games in their division, that's 5 wins. That's 11. Then you add the game versus the Packers on Christmas. I mean, the playoffs had already started for the Browns, which made yesterday's game even more disappointing because it's already playoff season, and this how y'all gonna play for the playoffs? Like this what you giving us? This Browns playoff football, it can't be, bro. Last year cannot seem like a fluke because they don't already give Cleveland a lot of respect as it is. So if we not consistent, they gonna just feel like everything we do is a fucking fluke. And fans tired of that shit, bro. He been following the team for damn near a decade. I mean, damn near a century. You hear me? Like we generational Browns fans. You feel me? Like our grandparents and they parents was Browns fans and shit. They probably know Jim Brown and shit. Like this shit real. Like y'all. So, um, if I'm just going off some type of prediction right now, as a Browns fan, they gonna kick the Ravens' ass. They gonna kick their ass. Then the Ravens gonna beat the shit out of out of the Steelers. Then they gonna come back to Cleveland. We gonna kick their ass again. You feel me? They gonna take us right into the Steelers game. We gonna kick the Steelers' ass. You feel me? Ride a nice 3-game winning streak and be on top going against the Packers, getting ready to end it off with the Bengals. But if the Browns play like they motherfucking played yesterday, them niggas going 8-9. Them niggas fuck around and go fuck around and lose out because the play so inconsistent. The play so inconsistent. The special teams don't even exist for this team. Can you like? Are you understanding me? The special teams of the Cleveland Browns is not even a threatening factor at all. It's virtually non-existent in today's NFL. Ain't that crazy? We had Josh Cribbs. We had Eric Metcalf. We had Dennis Northcutt. You feel me? We had Travis Benjamin. Like, we done had some explosive ass. Bruh, the Browns' kick return ain't shit. I mean, we had Phil Dawson, bruh. Like, the Browns' special teams is not a factor. How we got the most talented roster in the fucking league? Our quarterback can't see over the line and throw to the open receiver. Our motherfucking defense can't stay consistent long enough to dominate the game. And our special teams don't even fucking exist. This is regression. This is not progression. This is regression. This is insulting. It's insulting. You know what I'm saying, to the Browns fan, man. But what's promising, what's really, really good for a Cleveland sports fan is the Cavs. They played the Nets tonight, and they lost to the Nets tonight. They actually should have won this game, to be honest. Just like they should have won the game against the Warriors. But listen, players matter. Not having Sexton matters. Not having Osman matters. Not having Evan Mobley matters. Because these guys are your top scorers. Like, these are the guys who get you buckets. So now, you got to focus on all secondary guys to get you buckets. But cheers to JB Bickerstaff, bro. JB, he coaching a hell of a. He having a phenomenal season as a coach, bro. With all these injuries, this young ass team, hey, they balling out of control, bro. They balling. You hear me? Tonight, Garland had 22 up until like a third way through the third quarter when DeAndre Bembry elbowed him. Now, I was listening to it on the radio, so I didn't actually see how he got elbowed. But that was a very big factor. Garland ended the game shooting 1 for 12 after that elbow. You know what I'm saying? He had 22. He ended up with 24 and 11 assists. Allen had 20 points, 15 boards. Okoro had 15. Marketing had 22. Rubio had 16. Love had 8. Where was Windler? If I had to pick one thing that Coach Biggerstaff is not doing that I thought he would do more of, and that is play Dallin Windler. At the same token, with him having so many injuries, that's the last guy he need to have an injury setback. So if he wanted to sit him a little longer and let him, I'm all good with that because Windler is a long-term piece. Ain't no really need to, you know what I'm saying? The more he stay out, the more just of a bargain you get for extending him while he get his game together. So, but man, not having Evan Mobley, not having Colin Saxon, not having Chetty Osman, boy, it hurt. But I like seeing Okoro more aggressive. I wanted him to take those shots. You know what I'm saying? I need him to get more shots off the one-on-one too. You know what I'm saying? Gotta go hard. Marketing looked good on his return. I mean, he was 7 for 17, 22 points. You know what I'm saying? He had like 8 rebounds or something. Yeah, like eight rebounds. He got a block. He had an assist. Listen, 22 and 8 is good numbers, man. You feel me? 22
Bruh,
and 8 is, huh?
they ain't gonna want to see us when we healthy, man. They ain't gonna
They
want to
not,
see them. They ain't gonna want to see them Cavs when they healthy, man.
bruh. It's gonna be retarded.
But he been no, I'm over here, man, getting this goddamn food together, man. He messing with these mushrooms, man. Cutting these mushrooms up, man. But they had his pizza going. But no shit, man. He been easing Windler in there though. He been he getting his confidence, getting it together. He been easing Windler in there though. Windler been playing.
Yeah, but they only played 8 minutes tonight.
Oh, see, I was listening to it, but I was watching Cleveland State.
No, ain't nothing wrong with it.
I was watching Cleveland State and Ohio State and shit.
No, ain't nothing wrong with it.
No, finish doing your thing though.
No, you good, you good. You already know.
Finish doing your
So,
damn thing.
But these Cavs have been so impressive, man. They've been so impressive, man. And they talk all that. I'm back on my. Y'all talk all that shit about Kobe Altman. What I say? Let it play. Okay. And look at y'all. Now, Kobe Altman might fuck around and get consideration for GM of the year with these moves. If the Browns if the Cavs make it to the playoffs, bro, especially with Sexton out for the year. If Colin Sexton was playing tonight, we win this game. If Evan Mobley plays tonight, we win this game. You know what I'm saying? But, everything happens for a reason, man. I needed Darius Garland to be more aggressive. He's starting to be more aggressive. I don't know where Rubio found this offensive game at, but I'm glad he found it over here. Appreciate you finding it with the Cavs. Because Rubio is playing lights out.
Right, man. Rubio, he just turned 31, man. People forget Rubio came in this game, man, as a youngster, 16 over there in that Euro League, giving the buckets before he came to the NBA.
That's a fact.
He just turned 31, last month? Like on the 20th or some shit, 31. On like the 21st or some shit like that. Like Rubio, he a young vet, you know what I'm saying? He a young vet.
He is. Cleveland. I would love it if Rubio wanted to stay.
I think he would. You know what I'm saying?
If we go to the playoffs. If we go to the playoffs, I think he would. Oh, speaking on me about to segue into some type of trade talk, I seen an interesting trade proposal. The Kings trade Buddy Hield to the Cavs for Kevin Love and 2 second-round picks. Bro, that's got to be by far the best trade suggestion I ever heard.
I definitely do that for Buddy Hield. Hell,
I wouldn't even hesitate.
Quick, fast.
What? You gonna give me Buddy?
Quick, fast.
Bro, once you give me Buddy, I like we got to start Okoro now.
Quick, fast.
At the 3. But
how tall is Buddy?
But if you start Buddy with the trees, bro, it's slow.
How tall is Buddy?
Buddy like 6'3", 6'4". You know what I'm saying? Coral, and then if you start him with the trees, because Garland been playing better D this year.
Man, he balling, bro.
But you get Buddy Hield, though, that'd be raw. Then you have a legit reason to bring Sexton off the bench.
Garland trying to he getting there. He's starting to get on this shit, man. Rubio helping them boys out a lot. Helping them boys out a lot. Cause you know, man, them New York players, man, you know they different, man. It is what it is. Our players, man.
They're a little too privileged.
Man, listen, it's different, man. It's different. Really is. Real.
That's a fact. Man, but no, these Cavs, you know, right now they sitting at 9-9, 500. They got upcoming games against the Suns, who are like a 12, 13 game winning streak.
That's at home, right?
Huh?
That's at home, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
The Magic and the Suns at home. The Suns Wednesday and the Magic Saturday, and then Monday they in Dallas to play the Mavericks. And then they play the Heat on the 1st of December, the Wizards on the 3rd, the Jazz on the 5th, the Bucks on the 6th, the Bulls on the 8th, the T-Wolves on the 10th. Bro, it's about to get ugly.
The Bulls and that Bucks, that's that division, our division.
Man, they play the Heat, rough, Wizards. Man, they play the Heat, Wizards. No, wait. They play the Suns.
I'm ready to spank them. We need to get back on them. Suck ass boys. We weren't supposed to lose that game.
Bro. Man, we gotta be realistic, man. These Cavs are fucking around going to losing streak right quick.
Hell yeah, man. They get it together. It's just like, man, can't stay healthy right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? We can't stay healthy. When somebody coming back, somebody going down. You know what I'm saying? But they stepping up. But it's like JB doing his thing, man, right now with them boys. That's all I can say, man. He's doing his thing with them boys right now, man.
He working miracles right now.
For real, man.
Teaching these young boys how to play.
For real, man. They playing, man.
Yeah, the NBA look crazy right now, man.
Right.
You got The Nets at 13 wins, Chicago at 12, Miami, Washington, and Charlotte at 11, Boston and Milwaukee at 10, with New York, Philly, Cleveland, Atlanta all at 9, Indiana and Toronto at 8. Detroit and Orlando, the only two teams that ain't got at least 5 wins. You go to the West, Golden State got 15
you see the
wins.
Warriors, baby, back on tonight.
Then Phoenix got 14 wins. The Jazz got 11. The Clippers got 10. Dallas, Denver, Portland, LA all got 9 wins. Memphis, Minnesota got 8 wins. OKC, Sacramento got 6 wins. And then San Antonio, New Orleans, and Houston, the only teams that ain't got at least 5 wins. Houston only won 1 game. This shit retarded. Man. But we gonna see how the NBA shake up once they figure out what they gonna do with Damian Lillard. I mean, not Damian Lillard. Ben Simmons. Jeremy Grant is a guy that I think is gonna get moved. But you know where I think Jeremy Grant fit? I actually like to see Jeremy Grant in Dallas. If you put him over there with Luka and Porzingis, that'd be fire. You can send Tim Hardaway to Detroit, and that'll get him a nice shooter. You feel me? To go with Bay, and that'd be A1. Jeremy Grant playing the 4 for them right now, but if he played the 3 in Dallas, he'd be fired. But this NBA, man, Cleveland sports teams, though, you know, it's always some type of controversy, y'all. It's always something, man. You know, we have some good times, and then we have our bad times that just try to overshadow the good times, man. But I will say, you know, as fans of the Cleveland teams, man, we got to stay positive and start putting out more messages of encouragement or pointing things out. You know what I'm saying? Let them know they need to focus on this or they should do that. Clearly, they listening to the fans. So if we is going to be putting stuff out there, we probably should put out, you know, stuff that we want them to do. You know, listen, for this offense for the Browns, I just need to see my offensive coordinator call more creative plays that takes the ball out of Baker's hands and puts it into the playmaker's hands fast. And I would like to see Baker read defenses better. I think if he did that, Baker would probably be the best quarterback in the league. And it's just that crazy for me. If Baker Mayfield could read defenses, bro, he would be the best quarterback in the league right now. It wouldn't even be debatable. You know what I'm saying? I watched them run an empty backfield shotgun play where they motioned Felton from the left side into the backfield. Did like a fake like sweep. He curled back and went to the other side. Baker didn't even look over there, bro. He threw it to Higgins. But do you know Felton was wide the fuck open on this left side with nobody on the sideline but him? Baker didn't even look his way. He didn't even attempt to look. Baker, you gotta read coverages better, bro. If you can read coverages, you'll be the best quarterback in the league.
Definitely, man.
You know
Let
what I'm saying?
Nicholas Chubb and them boys eat.
I need to see Dearness Johnson get more touches.
Yeah, that's why I said, and them boys, it's too many of them. It's
You know
too
what I'm
many
saying?
of them, man. That's good, and that'll open up a lot for Baker, man. See what we can do.
Nah, Baker's still a rookie, dude. You got to just give him one read or throw the ball away because his
He better hit one
the
of them.
sad part is,
He better
bro,
hit one of them backs. He better hit one of them running backs.
man, his field of vision is his field vision is weak. He can't read defenses, bro. It's just, when you got a receiver who can make his own routes, bro, that's supposed to be a plus.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? The fact that you and Odell can't get on the same page mean that you already got it made up in your mind what type of pass you want to throw versus throwing the pass that's available to you. You know what I'm saying? That interception that he threw against the Lions when he was throwing it to Jarvis, bro, Jarvis was wide the fuck open. Beat the shit out this corner off the double move. Baker threw it to the fucking corner who was trailing on the play.
I think he did that with Higgins. Man, listen. It's my dog, though, man. We got it. I think it would have been better for him, just like you said earlier. He should have shut it down.
Once he found out it was fucked up, he should have shut it down.
Like, I feel like the Browns doing what the fuck they supposed to do. Like, nigga, listen.
Are you gonna tear your
trying
shit
to earn
up?
this contract, bro?
All right.
Like, this
Don't
what you
tear your
want to
shit
do?
up.
That's what you want to do?
Listen, this last year give you $18 million, dog. I'm gonna give you that. I'm gonna give you that. You can get this 18. Everything after that, though, my dog. So, like what I say, man, the Browns gonna draft him a quarterback, and they gonna draft him a receiver.
I mean, well, as far as
You
drafting,
feel me?
yeah, because they didn't draft Baker, so they might.
And I wouldn't be surprised if they was in the market for a different defensive coordinator.
I hope not.
But I wouldn't be surprised too if they kept Joe Woods, though. Like I say, he's still young. And continuity is something this team needs. So,
I don't know, man.
But man, it's been cool rapping with y'all. DeeTrynt, Game Changer Sports Talk, Industry Sports, man. Make sure y'all follow, like, subscribe, share. You know what I'm saying? Hit us up on all social medias, Industry Sports, or DeeTrynt on all social medias, man. And just let us know what you think, man. One love. It's Browns all in on the Cavs, you feel me? And we're going to start rocking with these Guardians, too. We're going to get up with y'all in a minute.